Okay. All right, so we'd like to get a feel, first of all, for how many of you guys are familiar with the disease of Alzheimer's dementia. So using your hands, if you hold up a number 1 or 2, that's like you're not really familiar with it. Number 3, maybe you're more familiar, you've heard people talk about it. Number 4, maybe you've been in the hospital and you've been on the floor and you've seen the patients. And number 5, maybe a close relative or family friend of yours has this disease, so you've dealt with it a number of times. So if you guys want to do that. Okay, so most of you are familiar with it.
All right, so for the very few of you that actually put up around 1 to 3, we have a video that shows what Alzheimer's dementia looks like behavioral-wise. Be sure to make sure that you're noticing how they treat with the communication and how enclosed they are.
I'm Jill, I'm in grade 12.
I'm Jess, I'm in grade 10.
I'm Laura and I'm in grade 11.
And we are in a 4th period class discovering or studying the idea of what it means to be human. So one day we were sitting there and we looked at this from a bunch of different branches of everything. We were talking about music. So we were talking about how we're the only animal that actually recognizes music and reacts to it. And then next thing you know, music therapy came up. So Jess and I were like blown away because the 3 of us have all been in and out of nursing homes. And then Laura also got talking about it, and she used to do it with her grandfather. So we're here to talk about music therapy and how we have a vision to have it going on more in our town of Riverview.
Okay, so many of you may think that it probably doesn't affect you now because most of you in the audience are still in high school. But I want you to picture yourself in a classroom with just 20 people in it. That's not even a full classroom with the 30, which we usually have along with in the high school. So skip forward around 50 years, and you're all around 65. At that point, 1 out of those 20 people will have Alzheimer's and dementia, according to these statistics. So again, this is the effect of music therapy. You saw the same people in the first video where they were very enclosed and they couldn't even remember who they were talking to. In the second video, they were so excited that they could actually remember songs that they used to sing when they were younger. That's a huge step. Okay, so we're gonna move on with the PowerPoint. Again, so 1 in 20 of you, when you're all around 65, by the time you hit 65, 1 in 20 of every person will get Alzheimer's dementia, according to the statistics. On top of that, 564,000 estimated Canadians were diagnosed with Alzheimer's and dementia in 2016, and there are 25,000 new diagnoses every year. And the prediction for 2031 is that there will be 937,000 estimated diagnoses of dementia or Alzheimer's of some sort by that time. You can see that the numbers are increasing incredibly, but there isn't a cure yet. So, music stimulates brain functions, and since the music memory that's correlated with a song that you might have heard years and years ago lasts longer than another memory, it helps to bring back the brain functions that you start to lose. It's momentarily a stimulant, but what's important is that it's there. It brings them back for a second. So it relieves them of the pain or the confusion and the dull life that they live, especially as they progress through Alzheimer's dementia.
So we've already received a $250 grant, which we want to use to kickstart a bigger music therapy program in town. We're in the middle right now of making plans with a music class here at the school to take them to Parkland Seniors Home in Riverview to have a session with the seniors and make a bigger program from there. And we also, you're using the grant since equipment is so expensive, we want to buy headphones, speakers, and iPods to use. But since they are so expensive, we are trying to make the most of what we can and buy as much as we can with the little amount of money.
So like Laura said, each little system is really expensive. So before, all the nursing homes that were doing music therapy, they were purchasing the little iPod Nanos. So those were super simple. You just hit the play button. So the nurses knew how to work them, very easy. But they stopped making those. So now the nursing homes are purchasing systems like this, which you can buy at Best Buy, but each one runs around $60. So with the MP3 player for each resident, you also have to get them a pair of headphones. They have to be very durable and comfortable, because sometimes they're lying in bed or they'll be sitting in a wheelchair. So each system for everyone in the nursing home runs to be about $80. So along with what we'd like to do, there's also a guideline for each nursing home that we were lent by Lakeview Manor. And Lakeview Manor has this beautiful courtyard for the residents to sit in. So part of the guidelines is that there can be music sounds implemented into the outdoor spaces. So we'd additionally like to get a speaker as well to have outside.
So before we conclude, I want you all to think about your favorite memory. It could be anything, maybe the first time you rode a bike or the first hug you ever got. And I want you to imagine if you lost that memory tomorrow. You can imagine it wouldn't be feeling very great and you'd probably feel like you're reaching for something that you couldn't catch. Again, music has the power to momentarily bring that memory back, and we need to continue to fight for that. Because sooner or later, though those numbers on the screen that we showed earlier may seem irrelevant to you now, they will affect you on a first-hand or second-hand basis.
So while they work towards a cure, take into consideration your loved ones and yourself, and use music to take advantage of the music around us to better the lives of others. And because 10 or 20 years in the future, or 40, you may not just lose one childhood memory, you may lose a whole lifetime. And it could be first kisses, graduations, all of your family members, they could just disappear. And you'll never remember them again. And it's very painful because I've witnessed it. And the loss of the memory means that sometimes down the road, if ever, you won't remember who you are today.